And then we can start to say, okay, if we want to take our product roadmap and take those near-term things and turn them into a release plan, maybe our first release is that we have a pre-configured Nano Pro or Nano Home version that appeals to the student because they're asking for the simplest form of a laptop. Right. So we break that scope down into the pieces that we would need to satisfy the needs of that first near-term customer. Then we might look at that same thing and say, okay, well, how does the business executive's needs differ? How are they more than what the student needs? And so this is where we may make it more lightweight, more battery life, more things to let that person switch from tablet to laptop. And then finally, the gamer needs the most advanced form of our product. And while there's less market, we still want to exploit that. Sure. So maybe next year we'll be modifying the options for our laptop to appeal to that customer. So you'll notice how we didn't have you're moving from a roadmap where it's just those 3 buckets into what we call a release map, which is really taking those buckets and tying them into potential releases and time phasing. So in the next 6 months, we want to release something for the customer that is maybe the student.
And this is much more granular. You can see that we're starting to break down those buckets of work into much smaller pieces of work that the teams can actually work on. These are things that the Agile teams could pull into their backlog and work on and still deliver something of value to the customer.
So in this example, maybe battery life is something that I absolutely need a battery to have a minimum viable product and sell that laptop to someone. But maybe the battery for the student is only one that can perform for 3 to 5 hours. And then for the executive, I have 5 to 10 hours, and for the gamer, it's 10 to 15. So that's just a really quick example of what you could expect at those different levels.